Hi friends, welcome to Beautifully Bookish Bethany, where I have new videos every week about books and the geeky mom lifestyle. In today's video, I am starting a weekend reading vlog that is part of the World Hoppers Secret Santa project. Super excited about this. The way this works is instead of your typical getting assigned a person and then you buy them something, we were assigned a Secret Santa person to read and review one of their favorite books. So I got a lovely new booktuber from the UK named Abby Salter, and this weekend I'm going to be reading Malice by John Gwynne. Okay, so guys, this book is a chunker. It's like 600 pages long, and I've read like the first 20 pages so far. So far it's interesting. I probably wouldn't have picked this up anytime soon if it wasn't for this challenge, but Abby really loves this book, and we had to pick a book that we hadn't read before that they loved, and this was definitely one for her. If you guys haven't checked her out, I'll have her linked down below. She's really great. I've been following her since I got to know her through World Hoppers. She just started this past year, so she's a really small booktuber. Go check her out, but she's great. She reads a lot of fantasy, a little bit of science fiction, and a little bit of romance, but a lot of fantasy, and she's from the UK, so definitely go check her out. She's great. I've really been enjoying getting to know her and her videos. So Malice is an epic adult fantasy following a few different perspective characters. So far, it's interesting. Like, it definitely feels like your typical old school epic fantasy, and I think it's going to be fun, but it is really long, and I am going to try to read it this whole weekend because this video needs to go up on Monday, and I didn't maybe budget my time as well as I should have. So we're gonna do a reading vlog. We'll see how this goes. It is going to be busy also because today is my youngest kid's 4th birthday party. He's a Christmas baby, so maybe I'll show you a few shots of that. It should be fun. Don't worry, it's going to be outdoors and socially distanced, and you know, like, we're being careful with it, and it's just a few of his little friends from school, but it should be fun. And I'm super excited because I'll insert a picture here, but I put together these super cute little goodie bags for his friends using little like stockings, and like, I'm so excited for it. Like, every once in a while I get crafty, and I guess this is one of those days. So I will check back in with you guys later. I'm going to start this and we'll see. Can I read Malice in a weekend, and am I gonna like it? I hope I do. I know it's one of Abby's favorite books, but this is definitely a polarizing one. Like, I have friends who hated this and friends who loved this, so we shall see. Hello everybody. So this morning I got to about 50 pages, which is, I know, not a lot, but I am liking it. It's interesting. You know, we've got Corbin, who is 14 or so. He's dealing with bullying. I'm super curious to see his path. We've got a villain. We've got another character. I'm enjoying this so far. Then I had to get ready for the birthday party. We did the birthday party. It was a huge success. I'll put in a couple of little clips and photos, and he had a great time. It was fun. So now I'm going to make some tea and really buckle down and do some reading. According to Audible, it should take me about 9 hours to finish the book, which I think is doable. I am a little busy tonight. I'm doing a podcast episode with my friends at 8:30. So, yeah, but I'm gonna read. I'll check back in with you guys in a little bit, and hopefully this will go well. I'm listening to the audiobook along with reading it as a way of just keeping my kind of speed and retention up. The weird thing about the narrator is I don't know that I would recommend it as an audiobook if you're just listening to it, because the pacing of the way he performs it is a little odd, and I had trouble following it just listening to the audiobook, so I have to read along with it. But doing both together does help me kind of like keep my speed up. So I'm going to be doing that. I will check in with you guys a little bit later. Hey guys, so it is 7 p.m. I have read the first 200 pages of Malice. I'm going to take a break because I needed to go grab some stuff from the grocery store, and then I've got a podcast episode to record tonight. But I am really liking this. It's definitely slow to start, especially at the beginning. Like it's interesting, but it's very slow paced. It's very descriptive. Like it's not the kind of thing that's going to be for everybody, but if you like kind of classic epic high fantasy, you're probably going to like this. I will say it's multi-POV, but I am mostly invested in Corbin's story. I love Corbin as a character. I'm so invested in his character arc. I am starting to like some of the other characters a little more, or find them more interesting, but for about the first 100 pages or so, Corbin was really the only perspective that I cared about. So, but other things are starting to pick up, and I'm liking it. So I will continue reading this. Hello everybody. So it is about 1 o'clock on Saturday. I have been reading. I've got about 200 pages left to go in Malice, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm going to take a break. We're going to go with our kids to Barnes & Noble, do a little holiday shopping for family members. But yeah, this is definitely the sort of thing that the more I read it, the more it's growing on me, and the more it's definitely a slow burn, but the plot and the intrigue and the characters are slowly developing through it. I do think the first 100 pages of this is pretty slow to start, but it just kind of slowly sucks you in, and I am really enjoying it. I don't think this is something I would probably end up giving 5 stars. It could still surprise me. At this point, I would probably say like 4.5, but I'm really liking it a lot, and I'm very invested in some of these characters. I like Cohen as the sister, and like this interesting kind of like female character. I'm just enjoying it. I'm enjoying the world. I'm enjoying the plot and all the intrigue, and slowly seeing some people develop for the best and other people make poor choices and not do so well. It's really interesting. So 200 pages left to go. I'm going to take a break for a little bit and then finish this up later today.
Mommy, look!
Cool. Okay, so we just got back. I didn't really take footage, but I picked up BookTube while we were at Barnes & Noble. We went to let the kids buy gifts for us because we want to promote like giving to each other. They already got stuff for each other, so they got gifts for us to wrap it. While I was there, I was like, well, I'm liking this. Let me get book 2. These are so big. And there's a bunch in the series, but I think I'm going to want to continue it. So 200 pages to go. It's almost 4 o'clock. I am going to get to this. We're going to make it happen. So I did it. I finished Malice. It's 8 o'clock. So yeah, did it in a weekend. I really liked this. Wow. The last couple 100 pages of this, so much happened. It's really intense. I am super invested in Corbin's story. He's definitely my favorite character. Cohen, because I really, really like her, is like knife-throwing sister. She's awesome. Yeah, this was great. I mean, despite being a little slow to start and slow to like get into all of the different things, like it's a slow burn for sure. And this may not be everybody's cup of tea, but I really enjoyed it. I definitely want to read on in the series. And I probably wouldn't have picked this up, certainly not anytime soon if it wasn't for this. So I am very happy that I did. Hey guys, Editing Bethany here. So I'm back because I realized I didn't actually tell you that much about the book. I was just like in my feelings about having finished it, and I want to tell you a few things and give a few more specific thoughts. So Malice is in many ways kind of your typical epic fantasy. It feels vaguely medieval and Scottish, except with magic and like giants and giant creepy worms and all these creatures that are super fun. The mythology that it has is interesting. It definitely feels like it's drawing on Genesis, like the biblical stuff in Genesis about like giants and angels and demons and stuff like that. Feels like some of the mythology behind it, but then it does its own thing with it, so I'm enjoying that. It's got really great character development and like subtle political twists. It's complicated. It takes a while to get into it. It's got multiple points of view, and definitely for most of it I was most invested in Corbin's point of view. There are some that are less strong than others. I do think by the end all of them I see why they're there, although I think we could have maybe done with fewer points of view. I'm not sure they were all always necessary, but they are interesting, and it's possible that they could lead to more important things in future books. One thing too is there are battle scenes and war scenes that I think are written pretty well. Those are not always my favorite thing to read, but I feel like these ones were done really well and in interesting ways that did a good job of centering the character whose perspective you're in and their experience with those battles, which is interesting. And the thing that struck me, especially in the later part of this book, is that this would make such a cool video game. Like if somebody made a video game based on this series, I would totally play it. It would make a really cool RPG. There's so many interesting characters and settings that I would love to see like fleshed out visually by an artist, with like these ruins from old giant civilizations and underground tunnels, and like there's just a lot there, like a lot to work with. So anyway, just wanted to give you a little bit more information on my thoughts on the book, but I did really enjoy it a lot. I think if you're looking for somebody to like reinvent the wheel or do something that feels really fresh and new and taking risks in fantasy, like that's not what you're gonna find here. But this was just a fun, almost like fantasy comfort read. So for me, this was a pretty good time, and I definitely plan to continue on. Okay, back to my earlier shot video footage. Gotta get this video up tonight, guys. Seriously, I didn't realize how long. I don't know why I didn't think about how long this book was gonna be, but it's like 9 o'clock. This video needs to be live in 12 hours. It's fine. It's all fine. If you guys don't already follow Abby, go check her out. Again, she is linked down below. Happy holidays, Abby. Hope you enjoyed the reading vlog of Malice. I know it's one of her favorite books. And yeah, I'm glad I didn't hate it. I actually quite enjoyed it a lot, and already have book 2. So talk to me in the comments down below. Let me know any of your thoughts or feelings on anything I talked about in this video. And for your question of the day, tell me about a book that surprised you, that maybe was a little slow to start, but then really sucked you in by the end, because this for sure did for me. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you want to see more, and if you want to support the work of the channel, check out the Patreon linked down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.